Welcome to GOS Media. I'm JL Smith. Phil moved to Hawaii looking for that perfect place to live, and he definitely found it on the beaches of Waikiki. It wasn't just the beautiful scenery and ideal weather that captivated him, he had also developed a love for surfing. Riding those warm, mellow, long rolling waves was peaceful and effortless. Phil also enjoyed fellowshipping with his surfer buddies who would meet him at the beach almost every day. Everything was perfect and predictable in Phil's life. Maybe too perfect and predictable. It seems Phil was finding everything rather routine. One morning, a surfer friend brought his brother to the beach, and it was quite obvious he was a class above Phil and his buddies. Turns out, the brother was a professional surfer, and he noticed Phil had skills better than average, so he invited Phil to join him at a more aggressive beach. Phil was looking for something fresh, so he agreed. Seeing the waves for the first time was quite intimidating. He was used to calm, peaceful waves that brought the surfer smoothly to the shore. These waves were loud, rough, and unpredictable. These waves demanded far more skills than he had, and Phil knew he wasn't adequate. "Of course you are," said the pro. "That's why you're here, to become adequate. Are you up for this?" Phil swallowed hard and nodded his head. The waves were intimidating, but he followed his new friend's teaching and discovered something quickly. Even though he looked silly at first, the bigger waves pushed him to improve his technique, build strength, and develop confidence. Even though Phil expected each ride to get easier, each ride remained difficult, causing Phil to become frustrated. The more frustrated he became, the more the waves slapped him around, and the more seawater he drank. Old Phil wasn't sure exactly which ride it was, but somewhere out there in all the struggling, through all the wipeouts, the cuts, scrapes, and bruises from tumbling on the waves that would throw him against the beach, he had an epiphany. You see, like life, the waves will never stop coming. Getting knocked off the board and tumbling through the water, believing you're going to drown, will be incessant. Being hurled onto the shore to be scratched, cut, bumped, and bruised is simply part of the privilege of playing the game, whether that game be surfing or life. If you're looking for easy, go join a monastery. Phil realized that if he was going to surf, the waves can't be avoided, and they don't get easier. It was learning to ride the waves, not defeat the waves, that he grew up and matured in his perspective and understanding that the ride will never get easier. He had to get stronger. It would be wrong to say Phil reached professional levels, but after months of riding these bigger waves, he was riding them all the way to the shore. The lesson Phil learned from surfing, we can apply to our life. At first, he tried avoiding the hardship. Then he wanted to tame the obstacles. But he did not find joy and peace until he understood and embraced the reality, the truth, that the secret to a happy and meaningful life is to learn that life is not smooth sailing, but a constant dichotomy of hating the difficulties and loving the blessings. And the great paradox of life is that without both the difficulties and blessings, there is no meaning to existence. Here today's grain of sugar on the matter. If your life has no hardships and obstacles to overcome, you have no life. We have a colony full of those who love and embrace life. How about a few of you telling us how you learned that true living is navigating the hardships and blessings? Your words will set many a person free. If this is your first time here, please know that Grains of Sugar is a viewer-supported project. And if you'd like to see more, then please like, subscribe, and share our videos with others. You can also become a colony member by joining Patreon, as well as grabbing some merch from our website. If it's easier for you, you can buy us a cup of coffee. All the links are pinned below. Once again, we truly value your support, and thanks for tuning in to Grains of Sugar. I've been your host, JL Smith.